Tomorrow is the opening day of the Illinois gun season. I've got Luke Cardle here from Carnivore Magazine. Now, we go back a few years.
We do. The gray and the beard proves that.
Yeah, exactly. So we actually hunted in Kentucky years and years ago in my first round with Thompson Center. Now, what more suiting environment to have you and I hunting again here with the release of the new Thompson Center firearm. This is the Encore Pro Hunter. There have been a few updates to it. But the biggest thing is the technology of the bullet, the powder, and the optics since we hunted last time. The sport's changed a lot.
It has changed a lot, but like I said, I'm familiar with the Encore from years and years ago. Solid firearm then. I'm super excited to see. I haven't put any rounds down range with it yet. Super excited to see what you guys have done with it. I mean, it looks beautiful on the outside, and I have no doubt it'll shoot just as well. And look, here in Illinois, I mean, I grew up in southern Minnesota on a slug gun. I know what they can do. I know what they feel like on the back end. So any chance I get to put down the slug gun, pick up a muzzleloader, that's where I'm going to go.
Well, you have the accuracy, you have the long range. I did have Loophole cut a custom turret for the speed of this. So we're shooting 115 grains of Blackhorn. So I've run it across the zero chronograph. So it's spot on right now. So what's nice is once you're dialed at 100, if you turn that 125, 200, 215, wherever it is, so we're going to qualify it all the way out to your extended range.
All right, let's make some smoke, shall we?
Let's do it.
Opening day of the Illinois gun season. It's only a 3-day season, then it's a 4-day, and that's a 3-day muzzleloader. So everybody gets out in the field opening day. We've already heard several shots, a few just north of us, which makes me nervous because the big deer we're trying to hunt, Grapple, he lives in this area predominantly north, so every time you hear a shot, your heart sinks. I sat here a couple of days ago with a bow, saw like 15 bucks, all small, but a lot of deer activity. So I'm really hoping now that with the gun season locked down and the rut's still going on, that we're gonna have a pretty good chance of seeing a good buck today. I got the heart pumping. You know, after sitting here for the last 10 days bow and then into gun season, I've not seen that many really well-framed bucks. A lot of young deer. I looked over in that grass and all I saw was a frame. And I went from total boredom to panic. So once I got on the gun, I realized he's just a really nice 10-pointer, 3.5 years old. Really good to see on this farm, but that's what I needed to keep my head in the game here. We still have another day or so left on gun season, so that was good. That's that massive 7-point. He's a lot more impressive in person. All over the trail cameras right now, just following a doe. Boy, I hope I don't regret that. Probably 140-inch 7-point. Giant body.
second gun season in Illinois, so the deer have already been pushed around. It's right before the second rut comes in, but it's cold enough for late season feeding patterns. So we're hedging our bet on this food plot down here. It's got a clover border, has some cut corn. It's seen a lot of activity, but it's just kind of hit or miss this time of year, and the wind is marginal, but we know there's at least 3 shooters in here, so statistically this is the best place to set up, but it could be boom or bust this time of year. We've been hunting all season. He's a 6x5, got a dagger point. I haven't seen him at all. He's been on camera quite a bit, but then disappeared. He's got a limp. So I don't know whether he got shot or he just got in a fight. And he showed up a couple nights ago on this plot, so while we're sitting here. And what I thought, because the wind is southwest, he would come through this timber line over here, work into the wind. What did he do? The wind's at his back. He comes all the way from the back of the field. So he must have been bedded up in this canyon. And he came all the way around just limping. And there's just so many deer here. We didn't want to open the window because our window's marginal. We have the power bit going. So they didn't sense us as soon as I cracked that window. I don't know whether a scent got out. He saw the reflection, but let me 35 yards away, 30 yards away. Going. It's the way my season's been going. Well, we let everything settle down and just slip out early. I don't want any more deer coming back in and blowing them out. We'll just have to pivot off this deer and just let him get comfortable again, because he knows about this blind now. That's the most unfortunate thing. Well, the temperatures are rising right now. It's about 20 degrees warmer than yesterday, above normal temperature, so I don't know whether sitting here is a wise move or not. The buck we're after showed up last night. And unfortunately, I went to open the window and he was just so close. Just saw the window move. I didn't get a shot. They came back last night about 12:30, so I don't know that we pressured them too much. So I'm just rolling the dice right now. I don't see any reason why they should come out to the cut corn, but we do have some clover on the edge there, so maybe he wants to come up with some green, but we have a lot of oaks on the hillsides too, so. But he does have an injury. I'm kind of playing off the fact that he has that injury, and this is the easiest, safest food for him. But being a little bit of pressured yesterday, I don't know. Hopes aren't too high right now, but I think it's the best play for this deer right now, and nothing else is on camera, so we'll see. We'll play it out.
go. Last light birthday buck, I was ready to start packing up. I mean, like, I was looking at my watch, 3 minutes left. I'm like, there's nothing that's gonna happen. The buck we were after, the 6x5, he's got a limp. We've hunted him the whole year and just laid eyes on him last night. And unfortunately, when I went to open the window, he was 28 yards away and he saw the window move and he and the whole field emptied out. And I'm like, oh, do I come back to the same spot? But I checked the camera this morning. He was feeding, you know, at 12:30 last night. And I'm like, oh my gosh, warm temperatures, what do I do? I'm like, I gotta roll the dice. I got 2 days left to the Illinois second gun season. Came in here, lots of deer. And literally, I'm looking at my watch going, well, I guess this day's about done. And I see him hobbling into the field. So he had come all the way through the timber when I was watching these other deer. And just like last night, he came to 25 yards and window was open, but he's looking like he knew to check this blind out. But I had a muzzleloader. I didn't need him to turn broadside, and I just pounded him right in the chest. He died in the field. So we got our Illinois buck with the Encore muzzleloader.
What a chase this season on the 6x5. We have tried to put everybody on this buck. Sydney and Rich Froning and Nick Fisher. We didn't lay eyes on this buck until yesterday, but so much went in to putting a strategy together on this buck. Rob and I came in with a veil mulching head. We cleared this entire field here. This is all grown over. We planted a crop. We put the big tine foundation clover in, and it all came together here late season. And he was definitely run down. He was injured, but it's all that work you do preseason that pays dividends late season.